What's up, everybody? We are back. John Delarose here, the leading Hispanic voice in science fiction, coming at you from home. Best part of this is I found my tripod so I can keep a nice, steady book in place. I brought this on vacation with me, and you can see that I already damaged the book just by having it in the bag and stuff like that. Part of the casualties of reading on vacation. What can you do? This is X-Men Proteus. This is the Epic Collection Volume 6. And this is the second X-Men collection in the famed Claremont run. This goes from 1978 to 1979. And all of the art inside is by the awesome John Byrne. So this is good times. I can tell you that already. It covers, I should mention what it covers first, X-Men 111 to 128, Annual number 3, Incredible Hulk Annual number 7, and Marvel Team Up 89. So we get some continuing stories of the X-Men at this point. It starts with the Hulk episode where we get a couple of the X-Men, I guess the older X-Men, because they're not actually that involved in this stuff, with Angel and Iceman going after the Hulk. Nice to see both of them involved in the storyline, as they don't get too much effort here. And there's another one of those wonderful storylines where they go up into space and they fall back down in a capsule or something like that, and there's a space base of evil. And then later Magneto makes a space base of evil in here. Funny. And we get into the actual series right here. So just look at this freaking cover. Oh my gosh, Claremont is the best. This is just peak Claremont. Not Claremont, John Byrne. Why am I saying that? Anyway, I'm thinking about John Byrne, and I'm thinking about also what John Byrne's doing. I made a video a while back that in the past couple years, all he's been working on is just making his own X-Men and producing it on his website. He just does pencils, and then he gets it lettered and just puts it up for free on his website. And if you haven't read that and you enjoy this stuff, you should, because it's good. In this one, the X-Men are captured, and the Beast kind of sees something smelling wrong, and a bunch of them are mind-controlled and stuck in the circus, and you think that it's the Ringmaster, but it's not the Ringmaster, it's really another guy, and he's working for Magneto, of course. And we get into Magneto's, this is not his space base yet, but his underground molten lava base. Those are a lot of fun. I just love this sort of stuff in comics. And it mentions in the comic that he's got many such bases all around, set up like this. Just really fun stuff. And all the X-Men are in like James Bond villain fashion. Not actually, he's not going to kill them. He's just putting them all into like chairs where they're stuck, and their brains are tricked into thinking that they're like, you know, basically infants. And so he sets up this robot nanny who checks on them and feeds them, force feeds them and things like that, just to humiliate them more than actually kill them. Utterly ridiculous stuff. You would never see that in a comic book today. And that's why this is so much more fun than comic books today. Bottom line. You just see John Byrne's standard action right here. Terry Austin inks the entire thing. And I would say that I kind of like Terry Austin's inks better than when I see John Byrne inking himself. John Byrne does a lot of like weird shadowing that kind of dirties up his pencils a little bit. And Terry Austin, as you can see, keeps it very clean, very crisp, and I enjoy that. So, Beast and whatchamacallem escape the Phoenix, and then the other X-Men escape elsewhere, and they don't realize that each other are alive. And there's several issues where they don't. Here's some famous John Byrne cheesecake. He loves getting into this stuff, and Storm looks phenomenal. All right. So they go on a couple different adventures in separate areas. They go into the Savage Land for a bit, which is fun. That new John Byrne that he's working on also starts off going into the Savage Land, so it really is a nice callback to this stuff. And they fight this this evil creature in the Savage Land before going off. Jean Grey is elsewhere, and Charles and Liliandra, the Queen of the Shi'ar, take off into space and leave everybody behind forever because they think most of the X-Men are dead. And Jean Grey's going to go start a new life somewhere else. The X-Men go to Japan for a bit, and they deal with a bad dude there. Wolverine meets some lady he really likes there, who gets brought up later. And they have Christmas in Japan. How cute. When they go back to Canada, Alpha Flight tries to take them down and capture Wolverine. So we get to see all these characters who were started in the last volume back again. Good stuff all the way around. Then we start this like Hellfire Club thing where Jean Grey's off with Moira McTaggart on her island. And there's this guy kind of stalking her. And he's going to bring her into the Hellfire Club and make her the Black Queen. So, and that's all just like barely trickling in. You get a couple panels per page, or per issue, I should say, of that, which is fun. This is the great stuff where the comic stories really build within comic stories. And I love when they get into that stuff. It just like makes this reading so fast and so fun to get through. Little Spider-Man team-up issue, basically. Where they fight this arcade guy. This arcade guy is really funky. And he sends them on like some weird test. Another like cheesy James Bond villain-esque thing, but it's super fun. And then we get an actual Marvel team-up with Nightcrawler involved, and we get Arcade back again. And now we get back into the kind of the end of the storyline here. Oh, no, not yet. We get Archon, who's an Avengers character. And he's like some barbarian king from a different world where they keep having the rings that are like power the place, and they go out and we have to fix it. And I don't know, I've read that so many times within comics, from modern comics where they redo it at this point, that it's not that fun. You know, of course, it's only like the second or third one of this character by this point in comics this time, so neat stuff. But now we get back into the meat of what we want, the actual X-Men storyline. And this is just one of the most famous covers where we start to see the Phoenix show up. And Jean Grey's getting this awesome Phoenix power developing. We're almost to the Dark Phoenix saga. This is not quite. We're like at the very beginnings. Again, we're layering it in just like that Hellfire Club stuff. And weird stuff's going on with her. And something bad is happening on Moira's island. And the X-Men are rushing out to go find out what it is. Turns out Moira has a son. She calls him Mutant X for a bit, but he goes by Proteus later. And he hops from body to body and just like captures all of their energy. Eventually hops into his father's body, and he's going to become the ultimate being. He can destroy the fabric of reality even. Good stuff here. Look at this awesome cover too. Just so much action here. I love this much more than like the modern pinup covers that you see these days. You just got like the warped reality going on. You've got Cyclops doing action. You've got the X-Men all freaking out. Really nice stuff. And of course the X-Men solve this. So this was so fun. I could hardly put this down. You know, this is the best of comics. That's all I got to say about that. There's a couple moments in here where I couldn't find the panel when I was flipping through this just now. But you could tell that like the Marvel method causes issues. And like there's a part where like you see all these X-Men in this exploding island. And then they add in dialogue to say, oh, Storm must have lifted them all to safety. And so there's a couple moments like that, and there's probably 3 or 4 of them across this book, where it really shows that that method is not the best way to script things, because the artist and writer are not always on the same page. And of course, that happens a lot, and John Byrne is going to peace out pretty shortly here in X-Men. But beyond that, I mean, it's so fun. Even the cheesy stuff, I love the cheesy stuff. It's just fun. Super fun. This is what comics should be. 9 out of 10 all the way around. Everybody did a wonderful job on this, and it was super enjoyable. That's all. I wish I didn't destroy it. Sad. Maybe if I put a few books on top of it, it'll kind of flatten out. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you think about this stuff. Talk to you soon.